What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over GameStop and AMC stock and why I believe we are on the verge of the biggest move we have ever seen in all of history. Before I do get into this video though, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to go down and subscribe because I do keep you guys updated on what is going on with GameStop and AMC stock. So today was the last day to buy GameStop shares and be eligible to receive warrants next week. And somehow in the last hour of trading, we dropped down like crazy, all the way from like $27.60 to $26.72. In the span of like 20 minutes, it happened. It was a huge drop, and then we saw a lot of buying pressure. You know, a bunch of people bought this dip. A bunch of people loaded call options on this dip for next week. So the bulls are stepping in, and honestly, it's crazy to see that GameStop was red today while AMC closed up over 6%. And this move happened right while GameStop dropped. Like as soon as GameStop started dropping, AMC started going up. And honestly, in the past month, GameStop is now up like 16-17%. AMC is also up around 16% in the last month. So it was about time that it kind of caught up to GameStop a little bit. But it's so weird because normally, you know, they tend to move together, especially on huge green days. We tend to see GameStop and AMC green together. Bed Bath & Beyond, that is also issuing warrants on the same days as GameStop, was up over 17% today. So it kind of makes you think, you know, obviously Bed Bath & Beyond was up today on the warrants because people want to receive those warrants and get paid, basically free money. So you would think the same thing would happen to GameStop, but in fact the exact opposite happened to GameStop. And I'm not sure if it's, you know, market makers trying to shake out the paper hands or whatnot, but in the last hour, I mean, volume really did enter the chat. So tomorrow, going into tomorrow, I am predicting that we're going to have a huge green day, just following Bed Bath & Beyond, AMC. I really do believe GameStop will break past $28 once again. The weekly MACD crossed the center line while GameStop was above $28, but obviously it dropped back down a little bit towards the end of the day when GameStop went red out of nowhere. But all these like bullish indicators, it really reminds me of what happened back here. Right here on the third week that we were green and we had 3 white soldiers, GameStop was like on the verge of crossing that center line, and the next week it crossed it. But obviously it crossed it on Monday and Tuesday. So the same exact thing isn't playing out. Obviously there's different factors now, like warrants and all that. So it is possible that we don't officially like cross the center line and have a weekly MACD above the center line till next week. Unless, hear me out guys, unless a catalyst comes out tonight or tomorrow during trading, something that will drive GameStop past $30. And from where we're at right now, $30 is only a 10% gain. So a 10% day on, you know, a Friday like tomorrow is very possible. I really think so. I think a 10% day on a Friday hasn't happened in a long time, but it's very possible. So what I didn't like to see on GameStop is that the upper Bollinger Band finally went down a little. You know, the upper Bollinger Band has been rising throughout the whole month of September. It rose a little bit yesterday, but it went down today, and we have a bearish engulfing candle on the daily. So it's not the best to see, and we can have a red day tomorrow. It is possible that GameStop continues this little drop that we're having. But in my opinion, at this point, every dip is going to get bought up very fast for GameStop stock. So in the last hour of trading, someone bought 6,000 GameStop $30 calls expiring next week. That's over $200,000 in premium slammed in a single candle. This guy says this is a whale with diamond encrusted flippers, saying, yeah, I'll take the weekly YOLO platter with a side of tendies. You don't casually spend 6 figures on weeklies unless you're hedging a bonfire or betting on a bonanza. Either way, pressure is building and someone's about to get their face melted. So GameStop call premium wasn't the best today, but whoever bought these calls, I believe is about to be extremely rich. I mean, $30 calls expiring next week. We only have 6 trading days for GameStop to go over 10% for him to break even. So the Fed's reverse repo well has officially run dry. There's only 8.4 billion left out of the 2.5 trillion mountain. Every time liquidity drains like this, GameStop erupts. This happened in January of 2021, June of 2021, August of 2024, mini squeeze. Now we're staring at October 2025, record date, plus warrant fuse with the tank on empty. Shorts can't manufacture synthetic warrants the way they faked shares. OCC is forced to reconcile, and margin clerks are sharpening their knives. The piggy bank is smashed, the fuse is lit, and the only thing left is ignition. I mean, if the warrants are getting distributed on October 7th, I just have a feeling that GameStop would be above $32 before that date, and there's not a lot of trading days until October 7th. So GameStop's PMO just flipped green on a weekly time frame. This is one of the indicators Roaring Kitty has on his charts. Here's the past 3 times it happened. So every time the PMO flipped green, GameStop had a pretty decent move. First time back in May of 2024, it went up 500%. In November of 2024, it went up 32%. And in the beginning of June of this year, it went up over 27%. So it's just flipped green once again. And honestly, with what's been building up, how the chart has looked like over the past 3 months, and everything just building up till today, it just feels like a squeezy time. So I wouldn't doubt if GameStop is sent past all-time highs and AMC follows right alongside it. So this is the best part of the video, the tinfoil. As you guys know, I went over this, but it seems right to go over it today since tomorrow's the day. So Roaring Kitty went live on Friday, June 7th of 2024. In his live stream, obviously he was drinking green beer. Exactly 69 weeks later is tomorrow, Friday, October 3rd of 2025. So it does look like we are officially on the final emoji from his emoji timeline, which was just a beer emoji, a cheers emoji. So if we truly are on the final emoji, then it turns out that the emoji timeline was a span of 69 weeks, which seems to be right. I mean, how could you argue with that, right? So I just did some research, because when you look up the emoji timeline at the end, it says beer equals Friday, right? Which is tomorrow. So the association of beer with Friday and Roaring Kitty stems from Roaring Kitty's live stream on Friday, June 7th of 2024, where he drank a beer while discussing GameStop stock. This moment, combined with his prior cryptic posts, led to beer becoming associated with his return and the day he returned to public activity, Friday, in the context of his role in the GameStop stock phenomenon. So tomorrow's going to be a huge day, especially for me. When I saw GameStop dip to like $26, something just told me to YOLO. So I just bought 20 contracts, just put in like $400 when it was like at $26.80. $28 calls expiring tomorrow. So a couple of people are saying that you can't sell the call options tomorrow because it will happen with Bed Bath & Beyond today, but that's not true. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you won't be able to buy into call options tomorrow for GameStop. And I guess we'll just have to find out. But from what I do know, I should be able to sell the contracts, hopefully tomorrow, and hopefully at some profit. If not, it's just a YOLO. You only live once. This could completely be gone tomorrow. Or this could be pretty freaking insane if the tinfoil hat is correct. So I do put my money where my mouth is. And if we don't get a huge move tomorrow, I still have a ton of October 17th calls and January 2026 calls. So I'm chilling. This is money that I really don't care about. And it's worth the risk for me, in my opinion. With what's going on right now, it's time to get freaking risky. But yesterday, Adam Aron announced that AMC successfully extinguished an additional $40 million of debt, and it costs essentially nothing incrementally to do so, is what Adam Aron said. He goes on to say there was a clause in our July 2025 refinancing that contemplated this possibility. If certain things happened in August and September, they did happen as we hoped they would, and so this extra $40 million of debt went away. It's only about 1% of our long-term debt, but every bit helps. A small step forward is still a step forward, so that's good to see. And what's really good to see is Taylor Swift comes to AMC theaters tomorrow on October 3rd. So I just know that on Monday they're going to once again release some record-breaking news about the numbers that Taylor Swift is bringing, the money, the profit, and that is going to send AMC up, guaranteed. Obviously not financial advice, but it's guaranteed. So I really do like AMC at this price, and I believe it is going to break to the upside. And it just aligns with GameStop so perfectly, it's not even funny. It is not even funny. But I remember going over the 3 rising valleys that we saw on GameStop, and we went over it like right over here. Because from this point in March, when we hit a low of like $20.73, we never made a lower low. we just made a higher low. And now it looks like we're going for a higher high past $37. And it could happen in the near future. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen next week. It could happen very soon. But that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did make it to the end of the video and you haven't subscribed yet, what the heck are you guys doing? Make sure to go down and subscribe. The tinfoil theories are getting pretty crazy. I mean, do you really think it's a coincidence that 69 weeks later from Roaring Kitty's live stream is tomorrow? I don't know. It could be a coincidence, or maybe it's all happening for a reason. Maybe it's all been planned. Who friggin' knows? Nobody does. We'll just have to take it one day at a time. I really do believe January 2026 calls are still cheap for both GameStop and AMC, and the implied volatility is about to go freaking crazy on both of these stocks. And it is possible that we do have a red day tomorrow. It's extremely possible. But at this point in time, I think the lower that they bring GameStop and AMC, the higher it's going to go. I mean, the SPY literally made an all-time high today and GameStop was red. It makes zero sense. Do you really believe that people are selling their GameStop shares because they just don't want the warrants? Or like, it just doesn't make sense. Let me know what you guys think caused the price drop in GameStop today. I really want to hear your thoughts. And it's weird because at the same time that we see GameStop go down, AMC goes up. Bed Bath & Beyond up 17% right before warrants, but GameStop is red. Let me know what you guys think about it, because I think it's similar to a slingshot and we're about to get launched to the moon. But I will keep you guys updated on what happens with GameStop and AMC stocks, so make sure to stay tuned on my channel. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. As y'all know, I'm buying the dip.
Here we go, come on.